Right here at 5:30, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg is officially halfway through his first term in office, and with only 2 more left, he has enough on his record to potentially earn another 4. Senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton sat down with Mayor Greenberg to reflect on the year and look ahead to what's next.
The close to year 2 of the Greenberg administration marks a potential inflection point for his legacy and future re-election hopes.
And we had to be able to do everything that we wanted to do, that we know we need to do, and that we are doing. And we believe that we have a consent decree that permits us to do that.
At the 11th hour, Mayor Craig Greenberg signing that sweeping police reform agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice. Can you tell taxpayers exactly how much this is going to cost year over year?
We don't have that exact number yet, but what I can tell you is that those investments, other than the independent monitor, will be in LMPD. And the most important investment in LMPD we can make right now is more officers.
Are you open to this coming out of LMPD's budget?
Well, I believe LMPD's budget will continue to grow in the coming years because of the consent decree. So we will allocate more funds to LMPD to pay for these expenses and others.
In 2024, Greenberg, who's long called public safety his top priority, appointed his second police chief in as many years, Louisville native Paul Humphrey. The mayor's initial choice resigned within a year amid controversy.
It felt right to have somebody who knew the team, who cared about this department, who cared about this city.
Under Greenberg this year, LMPD secured 22% pay raises by 2027. Homicides and nonviolent shootings have gone down, albeit marginally. We've seen officers leave in other cities, at least initially, when this, decree kind of comes into play. Are you nervous that officers may leave? And if not, why?
I've talked extensively to Chief Humphrey about this, and we're hopeful that that's not the case here. Because unlike other cities where the consent decree was signed and then changes were made, in Louisville, this builds upon work we're already doing. And so for the day-to-day work of an officer, the training is going to evolve over time, is going to change. There's other people that are collecting data. But for the most part, they can continue to do what they're doing with the changes that have been implemented.
The mayor applauding thousands of affordable housing units created by his count and making bold claims about where homelessness stands right now.
There are fewer encampments than any time in recent memory in our city. For the first time and as long as anyone can remember, there are no families on the waiting list that are seeking shelter. That's a sign of significant improvement.
Louisville received $100 million from the state for downtown revitalization.
We have new programs to help turn our vacant office building into new residential units.
I also had to ask about the Givaudan plant explosion and whether the company will rebuild elsewhere in Louisville.
Wherever Givaudan builds next, whether it's Louisville or any other city in America, it should not be near where people live.
But do you want it to still want them to stay in Louisville? Because you mentioned any other city. I mean, what's the top?
I'll let the company make that decision.
And back to that 2026 re-election bid, which will be a nonpartisan election, Greenberg telling me, I'm a proud Democrat, but at the same time, I'm also proud of how I've worked with Republicans in Frankfort. Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11 on your side.